In the 14th frame of the chapter number 3, Form 12th Economics, we will discuss the outsourcing, which is the subtopic of the globalization. In the developed countries, they get the work done through their employees, and their company have their own employees. But the cost was very much high. When they have given same work to the developing countries where they find the educated skilled labor, so the cost was very much low. So it has given an impetus to the trend of outsourcing. So outsourcing is getting work done from the countries to the developing countries, from the developing countries where they get the cheap, less expensive labor, and they are getting the same quality work with the skilled educated workforce of the developing countries like India. In recent years, after the globalization, liberalization, privatization, the many of the destinations like Bengaluru, like Pune, like Ahmedabad, Gurgaon, they have emerged as a very good destinations for the BPOs, call centers, and other outsourcing services and facility, mainly in the information technology field, mainly in the field of medical transcriptionists, call centers, and accounting and legal services, etc. So now we will see what the meaning of the outsourcing here. So outsourcing is a business practice in which a company, maybe the foreign company, the company outside of India, hires another company. Suppose a company has been hired in India by a foreign company. Company services or an individual services to perform specific tasks, handle operations, or provide services that are either usually executed or had previously been done by the company's own employees. Means the services which were performed, for example, in America of company X, we have just suppose a company X had been using his employees to get a specific services, but now the company X has transferred the same services to the India, and from India it is getting the same services at very less cost. So cost effectiveness is one of the very important funda of any business for any firm. So so the main purpose of outsourcing is the cost cutting and scale of economy. Companies practice the outsourcing to cut labor cost and business expenses. So this way, by the means of outsourcing, they are getting good work through done in the another country. At these another country or developing country, they are getting the same work done but at cheap rate, at less labor cost and less expenses. So thus, what do you mean by the outsourcing? Thus, in outsourcing, a company hires regular services from external sources. External sources means foreign countries or developing countries like India, mostly from other countries which were previously provided internally or from within the country. What are what maybe these services like legal services, legal advice, computer service, advertisement, security, accountancy, record keeping, all these services. So earlier they were done, for example, in US by the local employees of the US, but now they have been transferred to India, because in India the same service will be provided by the cheap labor or skilled labor at low cost. So that is the funda of the outsourcing. For example, some examples of outsourcing in India are call centers, BPOs. BPO stand for business process outsourcing, medical transcriptionists, clinical advices, etc. Most multinational corporation means MNCs are outsourcing their services to India. India has become a great destination for the outsourcing because India has educated unemployment youth who are looking for the jobs. and the employment opportunities. So it is also that way helping the Indian youth. So services to India where they can be availed at cheaper cost. This is the main important aspect, cheaper cost with responsible degree of skill and accuracy. Indians, they have been considered worldwide very skilled and accurate services providers. The low wage rates, availability of skilled manpower in India. This is the main reason. The low wage rates, availability of skilled manpower in India had made it a destination for global outsourcing in post-reforms periods, means after 1991. And on the other side, how it is good for the Indians developing country like India, where we have many of the people who are educated, who have skills, and but they are unemployed. So on the other way, this way, the educated unemployed youth is also getting the job opportunities and employment through the outsourcing. So it is all about outsourcing.